AI businesses are getting more funding than regular traditional businesses that use traditional software, right? So it's tempting. It's tempting to want to hop on the bandwagon without
Yes.
considering a use case analysis. Actually, the subscription economy is growing astronomically.
Everything as a subscription service. We
Ex-
don't own anything. If it's
exactly.
wrong, you just keep paying
Exactly.
and paying. Any day you
Ex-
don't pay, you're cut
exactly.
off.
Our AI implementation process for Subba has actually been in various stages. So the first stage
Mm.
was the excitement stage. You were very excited. We're like, oh, this AI can do that. We're going to have this feature. Oh my God, we're
Mm.
going to have this one. We're going to AI would help us do this, do that, do that, do this, do that. We are brainstorming great ideas, powerful. Just sleep and wake up and be like, oh my God, I just imagine this. Put it there. AI is going to do it and all of that. So then
Hi, my name is Chika, and this is Synthesis on Script. I've enjoyed working on this and hope that you find these episodes as stimulating as I have, or even more. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Conversations on Tech and AI. Thank you so much for joining the show today. My guest is Ginika Oyakhare. Ginika is the Chief Operating Officer and Co-founder of Subba, a fintech company. She has mostly worked in operations management, but started off her career in research and development for fintechs. Thank you for joining me today, Ginika. I really appreciate the time.
thank you so much for having me, Chika. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so
The
much.
pleasure is all mine. Let's start with what is Subba? How did you come about it? What does Subba do, and how did you come about the idea?
Okay, thank you very much for asking. So, Soba is basically a marketplace for subscription-based products and services. At the same time, it's a subscription management platform. So, on one hand, we help our users discover subscription-based products and services across different categories. And then we also help them, we also provide a centralized platform where they can manage these subscriptions. So, we offer things like hyper-personalized analytics dashboards and insights that help our users see their subscription habits, their spend on their subscriptions. And then these aspects of our business is just to help our users gain visibility and control over their subscriptions. So with the growing subscription economy at the time, one conversation led to another after my master's here. And then my partner and a few friends thought we could do something about it. And that led to We Found in Soba.
Okay. I can see that Subba is a kind of personal finance management where you have like a centralized place where you can see all of your subscriptions. But I want to talk about you,
Okay.
Ginika, especially your career path, because part of the program is for enlightenment on career paths.
Mhm.
What did you study in school, and how did you arrive at where you are now, somebody that works in fintech? Walk us
Okay.
through your career path.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is actually a very interesting question for me because I have the most unconventional career path, if you ask me, if I'm to say
The
right.
more conventional, the better.
So I started my undergraduate degree is in microbiology. But
Mm.
then unfortunately for me, right after school, I got an opportunity to join a fintech company as a research and development associate. So that was my first
Wow.
exposure to a startup and a fintech. And it did a
Mm.
lot of things for me. And because I would say that experience was what really shaped me to become the person that I am today. First of all, I
Mm.
got a bunch of confidence from that experience. And the whole can do attitude of fintech startups or startups, particularly startups in Africa, like we have to fight it out to literally survive.
Yeah.
So being in that environment at the time and being just right out of school, very young, open to risk taking, open to great ideas, that was a defining moment for me. So that was how I started off in tech, actually in tech, but not in tech and fintech at the same time, but as R&D at the time.
Mm.
So when I got to the US, I did a master's in business analytics and finance.
Wow.
So after school, my friends and I, being used to solving practical problems, using technology to solve practical problems, seeing how
Mm.
it worked in the past in my life, I was just having a conversation with my friend and my husband as well. And then we talked about how people now in America, like the average person has about 8 to 10 subscriptions. And for us personally too, so managing these subscriptions have just been a lot. So
Mm.
we get to deal with recurring payments here. Okay, here in the US, when you want to buy a subscription, you have to
Mm.
attach your payment card to the subscription, even if it's for a free trial for most services. So you
Yeah,
find out that
it's same here
eventually,
too.
so that became an issue because you begin to deal with getting charged without even knowing that the free trial period was about to expire or is
Yeah,
already expired. So those were
yeah,
issues we faced. And then we have a lot of subscriptions. And also here we have a variety of options. People don't even know what those options are. So when you go to the, let's say for instance, streaming services, there are a ton
mm,
of streaming services. And people will actually sometimes will have duplicate of these services without even knowing and not use them. So
yes,
those were our
that's true.
experiences. Those were our experiences, and those were the experiences of people we also spoke to. And then we felt, okay, we could do something about it. Actually, the subscription economy is growing astronomically.
Everything as a subscription service. Every we
Ex-
don't own anything. If the
exactly,
dog, you just keep paying
exactly,
and paying. Any day you
ex-
don't pay, you're cut
exactly.
off.
Exactly. So businesses have found out that this is a reliable business model, and everybody
Mhm.
wants to actually hop on the subscription business model, right?
Mm.
Now, we, the users at the receiving end, you have a ton of subscriptions. You have maybe, if I ask you, you probably have Hulu, you have Amazon Prime, you have Netflix, you have, and all of that.
Yeah, because
So,
your favorite show is probably on one of those
exactly scattered
platforms and you're able to
around.
watch it. Mm-hmm.
Yes. But then what you can't really tell from where you are without having something bring it to your fore is what your habits are. So we're trying to
Yeah.
make you see what your habits are, see what the patterns are. We want you to make smarter financial decisions. We want you to have more control over your subscriptions, gain more visibility into your subscriptions. So that is the entire thing. That is the general aim. And that's why we started doing what we're doing at Soba. Yeah.
Wow. That is awesome because a lot of people even forget that they've subscribed to a particular service. That if you're not a meticulous person that combs through your monthly bank details every
Mm-hmm.
month to see that, oh, I keep getting debited for this. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're somebody like me that doesn't have alerts set for any instant debits, you
Mm-hmm.
definitely be missing monthly subscription because they
Sure,
usually come as small figures, but they compound
sure,
over time.
sure,
Yeah,
sure,
$5
sure.
here, $10 there. Before you know it, you're wasting $50, $120 on a service that no longer serves you. So having a centralized platform like this, I can see all the advantages that it will have. So I have a question.
Mhm.
When did you launch?
So we launched say August 1st because we've had like two different launches, right? So the
Oh,
first
okay.
one, yes. So we had like a first launch for our beta users, right? The
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had the first launch sometime in July, August last year, late July to early August last year. And that was when
That's
we first of all wanted
2025.
to. Yes, 2025. Yes, exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to test the technology and see how well our platform will hold with all that rushing of external data and external people. So that was the first launch. So after that first launch, we reiterated on the issues, and then we found out that there were some issues we needed to really, really work on, and then we couldn't have the product out there while we're working on those issues. So we had to
Mm-hmm.
go back, circle back, reiterate on those issues, and then did a second launch sometime in October last 2025. Yes.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned a lot of personalized information and insights, which
Mhm.
means you've been implement. How has your experience been with implementing AI or using AI to gather these insights? And which parts of your business does not actually require AI, but you've heard people talk about using AI to do all of this? Just tell us how you've been able to implement AI through the system.
Okay, so our AI implementation process for Soba has actually been in various stages. So actually, we're a bootstrapped startup, so we don't have a lot of funds to throw away, right?
Yeah,
So
AI credits are expensive.
exactly,
Okay,
exactly.
okay, I like this part
Mhm.
now. So you're very, very mindful of the
Costs,
implement. Yes, it has to be
yes.
something that's actually needed, not because everybody's doing it.
Yes, exactly. So our various stages of AI implementation has been actually three stages, I would say. So the first stage
Mm,
was the excitement stage. You were very excited. We're like, oh, this, AI can do that. We're going to have this feature. Oh my God, we're
Mm.
going to have this one. We're going to AI would help us do this, do that, do that, do this, do that, do that, and all of that. So that was the first stage. So we were brainstorming great ideas, powerful. Just sleep and wake up and be like, oh my God, I just imagine this, put it there, AI is going to do it, and all of that. So then
I like this part. This is why I have these conversations. Beyond the hype, I want to get to the meat of the matter.
That's wonderful, because actually these are real, they are real issues. The issues are
Mhm,
real issues. There are real issues there,
mhm,
right? So beyond the hype,
mm,
there are actually real issues underneath the hype. So then we got into the phase where, now this is the discovery phase, where we now had to find out that bringing AI into our production environment is not just basic prompt engineering. Now we
mm.
needed to have the technical expertise to do that. It wasn't just skill that was readily available. So at this point,
Okay.
we began to face certain challenges. So we tried to outsource because there are companies that help you build AI agents and then deploy them into your environment, bring them
Mm,
into your platform. So we tried to outsource and began to have several meetings with these companies, and we were met with outrageous costs. I'm talking
mm.
about hundreds of thousands of dollars in quotes.
Wow.
Yeah. So, so when we had these conversations, we just knew that this isn't going to work, right? Well, we can't
Mm,
continue. We can't continue on this route. We had to think of something. So our tech
mm,
team had to learn in-house, learn in real
mhm,
time how to
mm.
actually get this thing working for Subba, right? So we took a while and had to get that working on Subba. So that's how we now eventually got to the implementation phase. Now we got to the challenges, the stage where we faced challenges mid AI implementation. So
Wow.
Subba is not just the AI used in Subba is not just a one-off use. It's built
Mm,
to rely on recurring AI technology, like in curating the marketplace now. We want
mm,
our users to have a dynamic marketplace that changes in accordance to their interests per time. That requires active AI use, right? And our users are allowed to change these interests as many times as they'd like. And also for the dashboards, the analytic dashboards are also supposed to adapt to real-time spending, real-time information, and also provide real-time insights. So it wasn't long for us to understand that this was going to astronomically drive up the cost of our doing business. And
yeah.
how would our users be able to pay? Because people don't just pay for technology. Users don't just pay for technology, they pay for solutions, right? So
Yes.
you
And you
can't
want
tell them,
value for your money.
yeah, exactly. You want value for your money. And then the cost of having AI in almost everything was now driving up our cost of doing business. Yes, we are
Yeah.
managing subscriptions. We want users to have visibility and control, but just for not for a very high amount. We're talking
Mhm,
$4.99 per month. And the cost
mhm.
of having a user probably interact with the app several times a day was going to outweigh the cost of even of the subscriptions they would pay us for using the
Yeah,
app.
that business model is yeah, no, not gonna work.
Exactly. Exactly. So we had to re-strategize. We had to come back and all of
Mhm,
those wonderful ideas, all of those run it several times. As long as the person is there, keep changing, keep curating, keep reiterating, keep feeding. And we're like, okay, this time, this is not sustainable for where we are as a startup. This is
mhm,
not sustainable for the amount of funds we have as a startup. And also
mhm,
having without even having tested the markets, know how they react to this, we're gonna
mhm.
probably run out of money before the main thing starts. So we had to come
Yes.
back and find out that some of the things that we are actually entrusting to AI to do, like wanted to also have like AI chatbot system, right? Where we have
Okay,
agents.
like a
Yeah,
customer service kind of.
customer service, yes, the customer
Okay.
service aspect of Soba, but powered by AI. So we
Mm,
also so we now re-strategized and found out that some of the things that we need AI to do at the time, we can actually wait, and traditional systems are more efficient at the time.
bam.
You
Yeah,
understand? So
exactly.
we had to come back and then readjust, basically, reiterate, like we had to retort to traditional software, traditional systems, traditional coding for some
Mm,
aspects of software to be able to stay within within
your
our cost,
budget.
our
Yeah.
budget, and also stay cost accessible to our
Mhm,
users. You understand?
mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
how the journey has been so far with implementing AI in Soba. That's basically the challenges and the things we've had to do. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the explanation. And I can see that being bootstrapped and being pinched for money, like not having a lot of, I think much of the AI spending is fueled by free money. By free money, I
Mm.
mean, once you say you have a tech solution or an
Yeah.
AI based solution or an
Mm-hmm.
AI native solution, you have money. People are throwing money at you because
Yeah.
they think,
Yeah.
there's going to be massive return on investment. So
Yeah.
once you're not using your own money, you're using other people's money, you spend it freely. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why if you had funding, all of those options that you had to look at 2 times, 3 times, and really ask yourself, do I really need this? I don't think you
Yeah.
would have gotten to that stage. So
You know,
yes,
if I'm
not
going to be
having enough.
honest with you,
Mm?
yeah, if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if this should go out, but if I'm gonna be honest with you. So actually, we even became AI heavy after we got declined from Y Combinator, and we noticed the pattern. They were funding mostly AI businesses.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. That's what
so
I'm saying. Like
yeah,
once you just add AI to your startup,
yes.
you're getting
So you're
funding.
blown, girl. You're blown.
Mm-hmm.
Once you,
Mm-hmm.
so
So
that's
you
when
went
we.
to Y Combinator.
Yes, so we
Wow.
tried to we applied to several tech accelerators like Techstars,
Mm,
Y
mm,
Combinator, and all of that. So that's when we began to get we started to get a hint that you need to move.
mm-hmm.
People are
AI
moving,
up.
and people are moving, and
AI
they're moving
nice. Your
towards this AI thing. So just leave
yeah.
this whole story. Try to so at some point we had to sit down and say, yes, what we're doing is important, but it doesn't have to be all AI. It's for us, we had to quickly
Mhm.
realize that for AI is a business tool, not a business strategy. What we're
Yeah.
doing, for some businesses, it could be a strategy, but for us, it was
Mm,
going to be a tool. And if we try to make it our strategy, we are going to really suffer or not be able to keep up with the things we wanted to do, right? Because we hadn't
mm,
gotten the funding yet. We were still trying to
yeah.
get the funding. So we just had to reevaluate the whole thing. There's a lot of hype out there. AI businesses are getting more funding than regular traditional businesses that use traditional software, right? So it's
Mm,
tempting. It's tempting to want to hop on the bandwagon without
yeah.
considering without doing a use case analysis. So without
Mm-hmm.
using a use case analysis, it's tempting to just want to jump on the bandwagon. You need the money, you want to get funding, but before you get the money, what has happened? You understand? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much how it has been.
Okay. So when we spoke in our preliminary call, you mentioned having one of the buy now pay later businesses as a source of inspiration for your payment plan on the customer side. Can you
Mhm.
throw more light on that?
Okay, so like I said, this area of Soba I have just spoken about is just a tip of the iceberg compared to what we plan to do, what we are building, what we're trying to do. So Soba is offering a novel sub now pay later system where people can actually get their subscriptions now,
Mm-hmm.
have Soba pay for them now, and then pay us over time, pay us
Mm,
back for what they've paid for that over time. So the idea is that most subscription-based services actually offer discounts for annual subscriptions,
yes,
annual
they do.
plans. You
Mm,
understand? Annual plans. So annual plans are cheaper than monthly plans.
mm-hmm.
We checked the average age of people who are digitally active at this time. They are mostly in school or actively still in their careers, right? So the cost of, and like I mentioned earlier, an average person has about 8 to 10 subscriptions. So the cost of shouldering annual cost of subscriptions at a particular time or at once is usually high. You understand? But then we want you to be able to take advantage of those discounts that are
Mm-hmm.
available. So somebody is saying that we would give you money. We would not give you money per se, but we would give you some form of loan. Let's say
On
loan
credits.
or credits, yes, some form of credits, exactly, to be able to pay off your annual subscriptions and then pay us back lesser amount of money than you would eventually pay if you were paying for those subscriptions on a monthly basis. You
Mm,
understand? So you would pay them on a monthly basis. Say, for instance, you have, let me just use two, Amazon and say Netflix, right?
mm-hmm.
And then I'm just using a hypothetical number here. Say you pay
Yep.
$10 each for each of them per
Okay.
month. But if you take advantage of the annual discounts, probably it's $70 per year rather than 120. So whatever you
Yes.
will now be, so usually this is your cost, your monthly cost of running the subscriptions. But now when we pay out the 240 for the two subscriptions outrightly for you, you get to now pay a lesser monthly
You.
amount charge for your
Yeah.
subscription. So that is the sub now pay later arm of Subba, and that is our main focus. So subscription management, marketplace for subs, for alternatives, insights are really just a platform on which SNPL would have to stand on. So
Mm.
that's how that
I
one
didn't
works.
even know SNPL is a thing. I just knew of BNPL.
Well, Subba is SNPL. So we're the first
Oh,
SNPL.
okay. Yeah, yeah. A lot of tech terms and innovations have been coming up, and I like that you've built a platform that is not just a personal finance platform, because being able to see all the subscriptions in one place kind of opens your eyes
Mhm.
to knowing that, okay, if I'm paying for this show on Hulu, it should just be until I watch this particular show, and then I remember to cancel it, right?
We
Um,
remind you. We send you reminders.
So
Yes. So
you
we
definitely get a
yes,
reminder, because the reminders from the
exactly.
apps are not sufficient. Sometimes
Yeah.
some of the apps
Mm-hmm.
intentionally don't send you
True.
reminders. So they keep you in
True.
the.
True.
Mhm.
True. We
So
send you
is a buy
reminders.
now pay later a part of the package? That's it. It's you instantly get access to that, or you can opt into that. Like, is it a separate um service that you can opt into when you sign on, or you just automatically are on it?
Currently, we don't have it yet on the app or on the
Okay.
website. So we're
Mm.
still working on that technology. And because it's capital intensive, right? So we,
Yes.
we have to, yeah, so we have to give out these monies. We have to partner with banks. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
longer process. It's a
Yeah.
more complex process than just sub management and all of that. So currently it's not on the app, but just the way it works around here is that you don't just get access, you don't just get the money. So we first of all
Mm.
would do like a credit check, a
Mm.
soft credit check.
Yeah,
Not like
because you've entered the
yes,
territory of loan now.
exactly. Yes. So we intend to like a soft credit check, right? And then give a minimum amount, like a general amount, based on the rest on the return on the report of that credit check, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we have like a minimum amount we would give out, and then on we would see your paying habits, and that you could now increase the amount of credit or loans that you can get through Soba for sub-based products and services, right? So that's
Mm-hmm.
how it's supposed to work. Not every You don't just come in and then see money. No. So we're gonna have to do a soft credit check and then
Mm.
give you like the minimum stipulated amount that we give out at the onset, and then based on your paying habits, and then we would always increase this
Yeah, little
amount.
by
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
do you intend to get back your money if you have defaulters? Like, people can just like when MTN was giving free credit, not free credit, more like use the credit now and pay later for a just slightly higher amount. And some people would keep increasing their credit worthiness until they can move from maybe say 200 naira to
Mhm.
2,000, 5,000, and then they just dump the SIM card and move to another SIM card. How are you going to make sure that your business is not defrauded in that way?
Well, we would do what is essential, what is currently being done, like probably putting measures to curb fraud,
Mm,
that kind of
that is
fraud.
fraud.
You
Yeah.
understand? To curb that kind of fraud. And also there are also debt collection organizations. So we would of course have
Yes.
to eventually partner with debt collection organizations to collect
Mm,
such debts, right? So
yeah.
that's basically the idea that we are at the moment. I'm sure that when we begin to live through those experiences, we'll have brighter ideas.
Mm. Sure, sure. As you keep iterating, you find better ways to solve any problems that you encounter.
Mhm,
So,
true.
thank you so much. I've literally asked, you've answered all the questions preemptively before I even asked them. You answered them as you were talking. But I wanted to ask, as a form of wrap up, what is your opinion on AI in business? I know you've worked in other businesses, and you know, what has been your experience? What is your philosophy on AI now, based on your experience? If you have to say it in maybe one or two sentences.
Okay, so I'll start with first of all, I'm very optimistic about the potentials that AI has brought, and I know it has come to stay. It's actually great technology, but I don't know if this is going to change eventually. But my opinion is, at this stage, AI is actually complementary. It is not the strategy. It is just a
Mm,
complementary strategy that is to complement human expertise and existing traditional software and existing technologies. So I think we should just see it as such. My advice would be for business to see it as such,
mm,
not the main strategy, but a complementary technology that is supposed to make this more efficient. And in any area where it is not working as you would envisage or it's not as efficient, it's okay to just keep doing what you're doing
mm.
until you catch up, or until it catches up, until it's able to help you do what you want it to do, the way you would want it to
True.
do. You understand? So that's just basically my philosophy at the moment. Could
I know I said
change.
that was the last. Yeah,
Okay.
I know I said that was the last one, but like, have you had any kind of like AI blind spots? Like in the places that you eventually implemented AI, were there any areas that AI kind of like made it worse, made things worse?
Worse, worse. Mm, not worse. I wouldn't say worse. I would say it wasn't really up. We had to reiterate, go over and over to get it up to standard. Will be in the provision of insights, developing those personalized insights. So
Mm,
sometimes it just reads the information on a surface level without taking various aspects we wanted to take into consideration to bring about those insights. It
mm,
wasn't as intuitive. Yeah,
mm,
exactly. It wasn't as intuitive as we would have wanted it to be. At the onset, it wasn't just
mm,
outrightly as intuitive. We had to do a lot of tweaks and all of that to be able to make it as intuitive. Like what you would see right of looking at it, right? As a
mm,
human being, as a person, it probably gives a shallow, not very deep, not very intuitive, not considering certain factors you would expect it would consider. And I think that's the only part. But it didn't make it
mm.
worse. It just did a little more work and we got it there eventually.
Okay, so
Mm.
that means when you get it to, it's right off the bat like buying a wig that the lace has not been cut. You have to kind of customize, which means like
Ex-
training, let
ex-
know
yes.
what you actually consider as
Mhm.
important, like
Yeah,
yeah, the salient things you
exactly.
should look at. So
That's
you
the
kind of
that's
learn.
the exactly,
Mhm.
exactly, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that's a great insight. I don't think I've ever thought of it in that way. I mean, even with ChatGPT, it's the same. Like with LLMs, it's more
Mhm.
like the more you get to use the tool, the more it knows your preferences, and
Exactly.
it just like kind of gets attuned to you. Ginika, thank you so much for your time and thank you for the insights. I really
Thank
appreciate it.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.